Hello everyone, my name is DeathTech, and today we're going to be doing something very interesting, something very hard for some people. I'm just going to start off from this screen. We're going to do the Shipyard, how to customize your ship and really get into all of that. So, we're here docked in a station. How do we get to the Shipyard? Very simply, there's Enter Station over here. We're going to click that button. Right, so now we're inside the Shipyard, and we're kind of safe from harm. We've got some other buttons here as well, which I'll get to in their due time, but let's do the Shipyard for now. Alright, so we get a pretty big screen here, and let's start counterintuitively and start from the bottom right with this little window here. This is the information about your current frame that you're looking at, as well as its capacity, its assembly points, the agility. Don't tell me how that really translates. Basically, the higher number the better. And armor, same thing, higher number better. We have the cancel button that gets you out of the screen, as well as you can click on the big X over here. And the trade and build screen, which finalizes your changes. Alright, next to that we have to the left here the different module screens, which will change what's displayed up here in the module section, which all have their importance, such as assembly, thrust, fuel usage, which is displayed down here for the different parts that you've selected. So we'll show that. And over on the right side, trying to avoid the middle section for a little while here, on the right side we have the frames. Now the different frames that you can have are listed here. You can basically have any you want, except for the hidden ones, and except for the military ones. It actually took me a while to figure out myself, but the ones that are currently available are all civilian class, and the ones that are blocked out here are actually military stuff that you can't have unless you have a good military ranking. That's why you need to level up military ranking as well, so you can unlock those frames. Now you can see, if I click on these different frames, you can see the information down here changes depending on what frame I have. But do not be fooled so easily, because clicking on these doesn't change what frame you have selected. You actually have to drag them out in order to change things. I'm just going to cancel and exit for a second because I didn't actually want it to shift everything. Now we're going to go back in. Alright, so that, you have to click and drag and then release on the center icon here in order to really apply the thing that you want to try and apply. Same goes for the modules to the left here. Alright, the center screen. This is going to be a long one-ish. Alright, we'll start with a little centerpiece here. I think it tells you your money in the top. Total is how much change there will be. If it is a positive value, like 8,000, you're losing money and you're spending it on your ship. If it is a negative value, then your ship is losing value, but you're getting money back from the changes you're making. And it tells you how much assembly is left, which is, like, if I take a better engine, it'll cost more assembly, and that means I can't have certain other upgrades. So you have to kind of balance it out. Under that, we have the Hangar button, which allows you to retrieve cargo stored in your hangar, or store your ship, or transmit cargo in between. So basically, it's just the Hangar window that we saw earlier in the previous window. Which is fine. I don't really need to do that here. We've got the templates, which means you can store a design as a template even if you can't afford it, and then later come back to it, which is very handy because I like pre-designing my ships. Some people like it, other people don't ever use it. And we have frame config. Now, frame config is a button overlooked by a lot of players, and then they go on the forums and go, "Oh, how do I get more space for my cargo bays?" Well, here you get more space for your cargo bays. This is the internal adjustment for your ship, and I'm going to just strip all of these points here. Alright, so what do we have here? we have a certain amount of points, dependent on your design's capacity for points. And we have a couple of different categories. We have crew members, equipment hardpoints, countermeasure points, secondary hardpoints, hull armor plating, energy cores, fuel tanks, and cargo bays. So if I want 2 cargo bays, or I want 4, let's go with 4 of them. I click 4, we have 4 of them. If I want 500 fuel, I can click 1, or if I want 1,000 fuel, I can click 2. If I feel my ship runs out of energy really quickly when trying to recharge shields or fight, like your guns keep running out of energy, you can apply more energy cores and speed up your power production. If you feel your ship's hull is just very weak, you can throw extra hull plating into it if you want, or you can just stick to the usual 1 or 2, depending on how you want to set it up. It's up to you. Secondary equipment hardpoints. Now this is an interesting one because I haven't gone into that yet because the inventory tutorial is after this one. But what the secondary weapon hardpoints are is basically missiles and other gizmos like stealth field generators. So if you get 4 hardpoints, you can have 4 missiles, for example. And countermeasure pods. If I get 1 countermeasure pods, I will have 25 countermeasures that I can use, and you get new ones when you refuel your ship at the station. So you can increase that, and now I have 50. Let's take this away here. And let's stick with 1 countermeasure. You can have equipment hardpoints. Now, you kind of need these ones. Because let's say there's a fulcrum drive and there's your shield batteries, and oh well, I want to mine sometimes, so I want a mining beam as well. So that's your equipment stuff. It's the yellow items. And crew members. If you don't really use crew members, I don't really think you need them. I always leave 1 spot available because I kind of like having the option to have crew members. Now what crew members does is very varied. There's a detailed guide on it, I think, from Evochron Mercenary. You can go look it up. I might have a link below. But crew members do various things. Like, for example, a navigation crew member will help you with your nav markers so that you never plot a course that will, well, directly, implicitly cause you to die by jumping into a planet, for example, or into a station. Stuff like that. So, you know, crew members are useful, though they cost a little bit. So that's what you can do here. Because I know a lot of people are very confused and they don't know how to extend their cargo base, and then they kind of get a little bit mad because, like, how do I get cargo base? All right. That being said, to the left here, you see a whole collection of stuff. This is the setup for my current ship. And to the right, you can see a different collection of stuff, which is the setup of my changed design, the stuff that I just set up just now. Anything I change will reflect in here. As well as you can see, the price range has changed, and I need to pay $14,000 to have the changes be applied. There's also the components button, which shows these things over here. Like if I want a Type 3 engine, throw that on there. You can see the assembly changed. You can see it's reflected here on a Type 3 engine instead of a Type 1 engine. Or we can change that back. Alright, here's a whole bunch of stuff for your convenience. In the middle, these bars, I'm not going to go into them. You should be able to figure them out pretty much on your own, unless you are incredibly unattentive. Let's go with that. At the bottom, here's my favorite part so far, by definite. Painting colors allows you to kind of customize the look of your ship, but it doesn't end there. You also have the highlight thingy, which allows you to wireframe and look at a thing. But what is that thing? Oh, you can change it in here. That's my engines I've selected. Or you can select the resistors, or modules, or a wing system. Now, why is that important, I ask? Well, I will tell you why. Because if I wanted to be a crazy person, I can lift my modules up onto the ship. And then, if I wanted to, I can make them larger and longer And then I could, I don't know, take my wings, and then I could move them to the front of my ship to kind of look like I'm a flying little snow angel, or maybe a ship trying to give a hug. It's absurd, and I love it. Make it a bit longer, make it a bit bigger. Why not? It looks crazy now. Look at that thing. That's a monster. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love that you can do these kinds of things. And if I wanted to, I can even lift out my engines and put them on there and then pull them out a little bit. Why would you have a ship like this? I don't know, but you can, and that is awesome. You can literally customize your ship design to look like anything doing that. And it is just absolutely beautiful. As well as, I think, well, you can't move your plating, so you can't move the center bit, which makes sense. But, you know, it's just beautiful you can do this. And you can click lock all to lock everything to the same thing. Wow, I'm a little bit dry in the throat from all the talking. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe if you feel like it, and let me know if I missed anything. That goes for the previous tutorials and future tutorials as well. If I missed anything, please tell me. I will add annotations if I have to. Or if I really have to, I will go back and change my video. That's how dedicated. Alright. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.